Are we in the castle, or are we just like the castle exists and then we're also in that Great Plains area?
No, we're not the Great Plains.
Castle.
Castle.
Yep.
Or whatever you want to call it.
What are those? What's that called? What are the plains? Oh my gosh.
Are you talking about the plane? Is that what you're asking?
What's it called?
I can't remember.
My Lord of the
off top
Rings
my head.
knowledge is not fantastic. I like the movies, but I'm not.
What's it called?
I'm not a diehard Lord of the Rings guy.
Literally, Fangorn Forest is stuck in my head, and that's obviously not it. Nope, I thought it would just come out.
That would have been awesome if it did.
It would have been Palantir Plains.
Yes.
No, but the Palantir is the black ball. Pelennor Fields.
Pelennor Fields.
Pelennor
yeah.
Fields. The Battle of Pelennor Fields. Oh, guys, I'm so
Great job.
smart. All
Zach.
right, are we ready?
We are ready.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the My Life, Your Life Together podcast. We are doing another Pick 2 to Defend You and the Rest Attack You episode today because those seem to be well-liked and a lot of fun.
And really easy to record.
And really easy, really easy to film. So today it's myself, Big Daddy Jenkins, and Mr. Sexy Coffee, the other Zach, and we are joined again by our good friend Pon Jaylee and our other good friend Clementine. It's gonna be a thing. It's now a thing. But Nate, so they were here with our last Pick 2 episode. We got the band back together again, and we are gonna do another episode for you. This is still going on the 2000s action star theme or characters to pick from. And then if you guys watched our social media post, you see that we did the spin again to pick a new arena, a new place to do battle. And where we are fighting today is Minas Tirith from the Lord of the Rings series. So that's where we are going to be having all these people fight and defend us. So, Mr. Sexy Coffee, will you read us off our character choices?
Yes, I will. So, what? It's my party, and I can cry if I want to.
I love that.
All right. So, like the last episode where we had a twofer with Mr. and Mrs. Smith,
We had a duo.
Yep.
we got a duo this round as well with the Bad Boys, Mike Lowry,
Mike Lowry. Mike Lowry.
and the other one. Why am I blanking?
Marcus.
Oh my God. Yeah, thank you. Oh man. And this is Bad Boys 2 because Bad Boys 1 came out in
Was the
95.
90s,
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So remember, they're going through their rift right now in the movie where Marcus wants to transfer out, gets shot in the butt. It's a
Yeah.
whole thing.
Yep.
But they also have the nicer car.
Mike
with
Lowry is
in his Ferrari.
driving Marcus's sister around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So keep
They
that
got
in mind.
cooler guns.
Yes. And then number 2, we have Mr. I believe he goes by Mr. Smith in the movie. It's Clive Owen's character from Shoot 'Em Up, if you guys have seen that.
I haven't seen
I
that
haven't
one.
I don't
that
know
one.
why I
haven't
had an
either.
affinity for this movie in high school. It's a shoot 'em up. Like the name of the movie Shoot 'em Up, and
That's what
How
what
you
it-
feel about that? I feel about Taken for me in high school.
okay.
That was like my movie in high school.
So if you can see, he's using a carrot to pull the trigger on a gun.
My son would appreciate that.
He eats carrots, for his eyesight or whatever. But he shoves carrots through people's eye sockets to kill them, and he
Nice.
kills people with carrots. The premise of the movie is that he's actually protecting a newborn baby. He watches the mother get killed, and then these mob dudes are trying to kill the baby, and for whatever reason, he wants to save the baby. I'm pretty sure it's a 4.6 star rating out of 10 on IMDb. This isn't a cinematic masterpiece, but he is he can kill anybody with anything.
I
So
see.
including carrots.
yes, it's good. Some good stuff.
And are we going with
Resourceful.
the same concept as we did with our last episode? Like whatever motivation they had in the movie is kind of transferred onto protecting us.
I think that'll be
same?
the standing.
Okay, that'll be the standard.
Ooh, okay, that might change.
Number 3 is Mr. Beck from The Rundown.
The Rundown. That is a good movie. That's a fun
Originally,
movie.
I had Walking Tall on here, but I felt like his character in The Rundown had more chutzpah.
Yeah.
So, interesting. Number 4 is pretty displaced from the rest of these, but King Leonidas from the 300.
One of my all-time favorite movies.
So, and we are in Minas Tirith, so it's not like wide open fields or anything. I feel like
Yeah.
Right.
him having a sword and spear, shield, like, you know, might be able to
pose
get
an advantage.
correct because it's not like other people are going to find guns laying around. There were no guns in Minas Tirith.
It's
And
true.
so he has the knowledge of.
Okay.
And we'll get to this, but Mike Lowry, Marcus do have their service pistols.
Okay.
Sure.
Mr. Beck doesn't use guns. He doesn't like to use guns.
Yeah.
Bad things happen when he uses guns. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
And we'll cover the rest of it shortly.
Yeah.
Jet Li. This picture's from Cradle to the Grave with DMX because that's a great movie. There's a couple other Jet Li movies from 2000, 2009.
But
he
always-
plays the same character.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's always the same character.
He's
It's
a-
some gritty martial arts master
Exactly.
that fights everybody.
Number 6, John Rambo. From the Rambo in 2008. This isn't First Blood Rambo or...
Which one was the one in 2008?
That
I'm trying
was-
to
I don't
think.
know.
Was
He
that the
he was
one?
old. It wasn't the last one.
Was that the one where like he saves the missionaries down in like the jungle?
Is he not
Or
in the
they get
jungle in
all-
all of them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's in a jungle.
You know, he's definitely. I'm just watching the trailer play in the background on Google. He's definitely in a jungle.
Okay.
Well, I feel like Rambo.
It's not Last Blood. I know that much. It's just I think it's literally called like
It's just Rambo.
Rambo.
Yep.
Okay.
38% on Rotten Tomatoes. Woof.
Although Rotten Tomatoes isn't always accurate.
They suck.
All right, number 7, The Punisher. So this is the second of 4 Punishers to ever grace this earth, I believe. Actually,
Not-
that might have been an old one, but so
Not
this
the
this isn't Dolph Lundgren. This isn't that dude
what's
who's
it,
dead right now.
Highlander guy.
Yeah,
Didn't he also play?
yeah, he's dead now, right?
No,
What? Yeah.
he's still alive.
Who?
Hold on, let me look.
He was just in Ahsoka or something as one of the bad guys. He's dead. He died in Italy.
Also, not John Bernthal's character.
Not John Bernthal's character.
Who-
This is Thomas Jane, and he is my favorite Punisher.
Okay.
But I haven't seen all the seasons of John Bernthal's
Oh, it's
Punisher.
so
but
good.
like,
It's pretty good.
It's so good.
uh,
Yeah, I mean, it's brutal. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah, I actually liked outside of the newest one with John Barenthal. This one was my favorite Punisher. So he's my second favorite Punisher.
number 8 will be the bride from Kill Bill. She'll have her sword,
Cool.
obviously. That's just part of her. Number 9. Does anybody know him?
Hold on, let me get back to.
Does
I mean-
anybody
Yeah.
remember his name?
I don't remember his name, but I know
His first name is Family.
that was actually pretty funny.
That's hilarious.
We have Xander Cage from Triple X. The Vin Diesel one, not Ice Cube in Triple X State of the Union. In terms of weapons coming into this, the bad boys, the detectives have their service pistols.
Okay.
I would go out on a limb and say that's all they have.
Okay.
Do we agree with that?
I would agree with that.
Number 2, he's always got at least a pistol on him, Mr. Smith. So I'd say he has a pistol and 2 carrots.
Nice.
And there's definitely going to be carrots in Minas Tirith because they were locked down. I mean, they could just go steal some. He could go steal like Denethor's vegetables off of his plate.
Kill you with that tomato that like.
Yeah. 3, Mr. Beck from the Rundown. He doesn't like guns. Bad things happen when he uses guns. So, yeah, he's hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
Leonidas is going to have sword, shield, spear, and helmet.
Okay.
The Spartans, I think, always just carry those around with them. Jet Li has his fists. Rambo, giant Bowie knife and some type of gun. What type of gun would he have? He's definitely got a gun,
He has probably a bigger gun, right?
I would say.
Yeah.
For kicks and giggles, we'll do like an AK-47 or an AR.
I love it.
Cool.
Punisher.
Uses a lot.
He does use a
he's
lot.
pretty decked out every time he leaves the
Yeah.
house.
So you want to say shotgun for him?
Okay,
That's an. I mean, he does.
I'd say shotgun and 2 pistols.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's a safe bet.
cool. I like that.
But he is military, trained in knife combat as well.
Right.
The bride, just her sword,
Cool.
Okay.
and then Xander Cage, nothing,
I haven't seen.
just nothing.
I haven't
I don't think
movie.
I've seen
He
Triple
doesn't
X.
have his like dirt bike that he flies on.
This guy gets stomped. Are you kidding me?
That would be sick. Imagine him riding a dirt bike around Minas Tirith. Like,
Up and down the different tiers and stuff like that.
Wait, does he have a chance? With
Who's fat? But what's faster, Shadowfax or a dirt bike? Definitely Shadowfax.
Can we explain what
yeah,
shadow
Shadowfax.
facts are?
I would go with
Gandalf's
that.
horse.
Oh, okay.
Just because Shadowfax has a magic element.
Well, listen, I know it's in Minas Tirith, but we should try and limit the Lord of the Rings talk so Nate and John feel included.
They have a cave troll.
Well, it sounded like
not
Listen,
even
this is like a
movie.
magic
I know.
spell.
I've seen all of them. I just wasn't when we said the territory. I
cast
just wasn't familiar
shadow
with the.
facts.
I didn't know what that
It
castle
sounds
was
like,
called.
it sounds like a spell.
We were watching a Key and Peele skit last night where it's like from the first season where they were playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I'm not going to repeat any of it, but man, was it funny.
Man, was it good? Just take my word for
is
it.
it where the like
Careful.
they're all nerds, but then there's like one like
Yeah.
yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I go to the
So-
bar. Yeah,
This is
sorry.
a hard one. What did we say Rambo had again?
Rambo's
A
got an
Bowie.
AK-47 and a big knife.
And his Rambo knife?
Yes.
Okay.
But remember, Minas Tirith, I mean, you're going to have swords, shields, pikes,
Yeah.
things
Okay.
lying around.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
there's
like the medieval weapons that
This
they can
isn't like-
actually
yeah.
pick up and...
this isn't like the last episode where it was the upside down and you know, you'd have to walk into the upside down Hawkins and hope there's something there to
Right.
use. Like this stuff is readily
stick.
available.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's fire and oil you can take from the thing on top. So
Did,
yeah, there's a lot that goes into this one.
The rundown, right, he doesn't like guns, but he'll use...
Oh yeah, when he
he'll
uses
use-
them, he'll kill people.
Okay.
Well, no. He doesn't like guns, and he doesn't carry a gun, right?
Correct.
But
Yes.
he'll pick up like the swords, the shield. Will use that stuff?
So
In
he
this
uses
setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
stuff in the movie.
Right.
So yeah, he'll use
right.
weapons.
He
Yeah.
uses what he finds laying
Yeah.
around. So he'll okay.
I'm at a disadvantage there because I don't think I've seen the rundown.
That's a good one.
It's good. It's towards the beginning of her career, so it's not like
I can tell he has hair.
yeah, true.
Yeah.
And he's like half the size he is now.
Right.
Right.
Totally natural.
Yeah,
Totally
natty.
natural.
Yeah. All natural.
He's natural now.
I call.
I'll fight anybody. Does anybody have an absolute one?
I do.
You want to start?
I'm going Leonidas all day.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, I don't know that I have an absolute, but he would be closer to an absolute. He's a strong contender for me just because of the environment. Because he's a Spartan. He is already highly trained in sword and shield and
Yeah.
spear. You know.
Do you think the shields that they have could stop a bullet,
No.
or it would just like go
Maybe
right
pistol.
through?
Maybe
It
pistol
depends on
bullet.
the shields weren't any real joke back then though. They could take a lot.
But you got to think
They're not gonna
about
take an AK-47.
like an AK is going
No,
straight.
right,
through
yeah.
the
What about
shield.
like
Yeah, if we're talking
a
like
pistol
shotgun?
round?
We're
Pistol round, it might be able to stop.
What about like Punisher's shotgun that he's bringing?
Oh no, that's gonna go right through it.
Yeah, that probably would go. Through.
And I mean, I think obviously distance would play a part in it too.
Yeah.
Of course.
Right,
yeah.
right. Or hiding in a room and waiting for someone to walk by or something like that.
Yeah, listen. I feel like this environment and 9 people or 9 choices is a lot more difficult than last
Yes.
episode.
yeah,
I'm still going Leonidas all day, and the last person he ends up killing, I want him to kick off.
That's
I want
fine.
him to
this is
Minas
and he kicks off
Just
that,
full
that
on-
top level that Denethor like
just
falls off.
full on
off of.
Spartan kick.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. No, he's definitely one of my choices for sure.
John, do you have an absolute one?
I think Punisher. I think Punisher's my absolute.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I was thinking about that, but it's so hard. Like,
There's good.
yeah,
there's
he's got 2 pistols, he's got a shotgun, and like
hand
he's
combat.
yeah, Oh, I have a fun story
He
about.
also has a lot of combat experience.
You have a fun story about hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah,
Sick.
no, about this Punisher.
Okay.
In the scene where he's fighting the Russian, which I believe it's Mark Nash, which I think he was a wrestler. Like
Probably.
he's a big dude. He's built like a house. The props department never changed out the knife, and so he's got like a 3-inch blade. The Punisher does,
Yeah.
and he stabs Mark Nash in the shoulder.
Like legitimately
Legitimately
stabbed
stabbed him, and it hits his collarbone. And like the dude doesn't even flinch, and
God.
actually like keeps going through the scene, grabs the Punisher's hand and like takes it out, and like you can see the blood on it, and then continues on with the fight scene.
Wow.
But like only those two knew that it was like
That
he
it was
just
real.
actually
It was
stabbed and
legit.
gotten stabbed, and like that's the scene that's in the movie.
That's wild.
so
Dang,
sick.
I'm gonna have to
Through it.
rewatch it knowing that now. That's wild.
That's like,
There's like-
that's like Leonardo DiCaprio's team in Django.
yeah.
Same
Yeah,
kind of
where he
concept.
slices his hand.
Sliced his
open.
hand wide open and just kept going.
Wow.
Those are the best takes. Okay, that's all I got.
I like that.
Well,
So-
and it's wild because you have to take into account, right? Look at Kill Bill. She knows how to, she knows how to use all these edged weapons and
Right,
stuff. Like
right.
she could pick up a sword
Master
and a spear,
swordsman. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm
Or-
going Leonidas though, like I already have someone that's good with that.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna want
Right.
someone that has some capability to potentially shoot somebody.
Yeah, like it's like Xander Cage. He doesn't start with a gun. I can't remember him picking up anything similar to a sword or a shield and fighting with it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a big difference between being good in hand-to-hand combat with your fists and using an edged weapon.
Right.
Right.
Correct.
He
But
has
then
longer
also
reach.
like Jet Li, right? His martial arts character, I'm sure he would be a boss with a spear. Like he could pick
Yeah.
up a
Oh,
spear
yeah.
and use
I see.
super well,
Yeah.
Whereas the bad boys, they're not picking up a spear or a sword and being like awesome with it. You know?
Yeah.
As soon as they're out of ammo, I don't know. I feel like it's the one time where numbers I don't think applies into this.
Yeah, I would,
this
I would tend to
scenario.
agree. I feel like they'd just be arguing with each other the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they had a hard enough time shooting people with their guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, even if they're
Right.
working together, I feel like I still wouldn't choose them.
And in the middle of shootouts in that movie, they were sitting there arguing.
Right.
Oh, you want to talk? Okay, talk.
Yeah.
He can't hear you because he's still shooting at you.
I think my absolute would be Rambo.
Okay.
That was
Okay.
where I was leaning to.
I'm between him and one other one on here.
Because, like, he's got a ranged assault rifle.
that can punch through
Anything.
any armor.
Pretty much,
Yeah.
yep.
And he's got a big old knife. And I truly believe that if he were to pick up a sword, he would be able to, like...
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
you watch. He knows how to use weapon systems. He used, because if we're picking this Rambo, he still has his history
Correct,
from the
yeah.
other movies where he's used bow and arrows, like he's used
And
all
familiar with using his terrain and guerrilla warfare style
Right.
tactics.
traps.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot about the bow and arrows. Ooh.
Rambo with an AK
I completely forgot about bow and arrows, too.
Yeah.
and a big Bowie knife, a big Rambo knife in this terrain where you can also use spears, shields,
Right.
bows.
Yeah.
I think Rambo's my locked in go to because that's the other thing too is he's used to being behind enemy lines, outnumbered, and having to set traps and fight everybody and use, like you said, use his terrain, So, and he can rig stuff up and
Right.
you
right.
know. So, I think I agree. Rambo's my locked in number one.
Okay.
All right. So we got two Rambos locked in, a Leonidas locked in, and a Punisher locked in.
Punisher.
This is interesting. Like so far, we still have one more to go.
Can we all agree Xander Cage is knocked out first? Like,
Oh, he's done
Oh,
for.
yeah,
he's done, and we can all agree that the bad boys are like,
They're not too far behind.
yeah, they're outclassed. They got sidearms and they.
I feel like in a certain situation they might get one person, but as soon as
Yeah.
they run out of ammo, it's all right. It's
Yeah.
just game over.
Yep, I agree.
But it'd be funny,
Oh, yeah.
It would be
a
hilarious.
comedic
Like,
element.
if you
it would
wanted-
be hilarious.
If you
for a
wanted
little
comedic
bit.
relief to protect you, they're the guys. But that's not what we're going for here.
Peacekeepers.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think maybe in certain environments they may do better, but in this setting,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Right. Right.
No bueno.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the second one. It's getting
It's always-
second
yeah,
one is
same.
hard.
I'm on the edge between two.
of glory.
Two of Glory.
I like what you did there. You're welcome.
I'm on the edge.
Yeah, Zach, we got it.
Copyrighted.
Copyrighted.
We got it.
Episode's
You didn't
gone.
have to just sing it.
It's getting a little
I'll
intense
just
in here.
leave.
It's getting a little
Okay,
tense.
bye.
Please don't go.
I'm between
Yeah.
for my second, Rambo or the Punisher. I'm on the seat between both.
Are we
Okay.
back on like a top three that we're all gonna kind of roulette through?
I think so.
I'm actually kind
don't
of
know.
feeling Kill Bill,
Yeah.
The Bride.
I'm tossed between actually quite a few.
Okay.
Being
I'm,
honest
no,
for
I'm
different
really,
reasons.
I'm really only between those two. I think the rest don't stand a chance, in my personal opinion. But that's tough between Rambo and Punisher. That's tough. But I think in this scenario with this playing field, I think I'm gonna go Rambo. Because like Big Daddy Jenkins was just saying, he's proficient in bow and arrows. He has a knife. He has a high capacity gun. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna lock mine in with. I'm gonna go with Leonidas and Rambo. Close
Yeah.
quarters.
I also let other people's decisions impact mine because I don't want to be the same as people. Because I
gotta be different. I gotta make sure I stand out.
We also don't want to be wrong.
right. 'Cause like I was leaning towards the Bride because I think she's stealthy, she's
Yeah,
sneaking,
yeah.
she's got the stamina. But like, if she's in a one-on-one against King Leonidas,
She's done for. I don't care what anyone says.
it's not going her way.
It is not.
It's just not. And that's not even a sexist thing. It's just the truth.
We are an equal opportunity.
But then I'm looking
pick
at
two.
what is Jet Li's name in this?
But
Is it
can you
Romeo
say
in
that
this?
though?
Romeo
Because
this time.
look at her martial arts prowess. Like she has the fight where she goes against what, like 80 dudes.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, but those
and
are
she
just,
can do all the
But they're
those
not
are your
trained
minion
Spartans.
ninjas. This is not. This is his
But it's-
profession.
right. But I mean, arguably, so is this is hers as well.
She also has
No, I was comparing him to the ninjas.
years and
Oh.
years of. Oh, I see what you're saying. Of swordsman training. Like she's a master swordsman.
Right, but like, what's her sword made of? Is it going to break the second Leonidas hits her sword with his sword?
But that doesn't. But it doesn't even necessarily mean she's fighting Leonidas. It's just like she could run up against Rambo and get shot in the head.
Right, right.
For my picks, anyway.
Right. That's fair.
If she even makes it to Leonidas,
I feel like my strategy in this
I'll
fight.
throw myself between Leonidas and and the Bride. I love that movie that much.
Oh, you're like, I know he's here to protect me, but I'm protecting Leonidas.
You did
Don't
such a
hurt
good
my
job.
boy.
I'll reverse the roles here real quick.
That's funny. I feel like my strategy in this one is definitely gonna be a defense type of thing. Wait for people to come to me.
Well, and you have so many places in
Right,
the,
yeah.
I mean, the
right.
castle that you can do that. You can bar a gate on
It's
one
huge.
of the tiers and be like, all right, get up this wall and come at me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's why I was kind of also thinking Rambo, just for traps and making more obstacles for people to get to me.
Yep.
While Punisher just
Yeah.
waits down a hallway with a shotgun or something like that.
To gun him down.
Yeah.
Jenkins.
I really don't know. On my number 2,
I do like the Bride though.
That's tough.
I know.
It is tough.
I'm thinking I can make a case for the Bride, Leonidas, the Punisher. As
Bad
much as I
boys.
like Mr. Smith, I just I don't think that a pistol and a couple carrots.
is
Because
good. That ain't standing up
he
to
can't
Leonidas.
use anything else.
Leonidas will just throw a spear from.
And
you
in the
know-
movie, he is outliving Paul Giamatti. He's fighting against Paul Giamatti. So like,
It's
That-
Paul Giamatti.
come on.
Would
Yeah.
we argue that Jet Li has the greatest hand-to-hand combat in these selections?
Yeah.
Oh no, I definitely think he does.
Because
Yeah.
I was wondering if like it'd obviously be a specific scenario, but if you could like have someone disarm one of the other people with weapons, then I would feel like Jet Li would have maybe a greater chance. But obviously that's a very specific scenario.
I mean, that's something you got to weigh, though.
Right, right.
For
Yeah.
sure.
It's the whole concept of, can he get in close quarters with
Well, like,
Rambo or the Punisher?
Right.
I was thinking of barring myself into a room and then just having Jet Li basically on the side of the door or something like that. waiting for someone to come in. But I don't know. That's tough. I still think I'm going Punisher Rambo. I think it's
I
just
still
a
think
solid.
that's not a bad pick.
I don't think
it's
so
just
either.
solid.
That's a solid pick.
I mean, I don't think there's going to be any really bad picks unless you pick
Bad Boys and Vin Diesel.
Xander Cage.
Yeah.
His last name is Xander Cage, right?
I don't know.
It'd be embarrassing if I was saying the wrong name the whole time.
I don't know. I just know he's from Triple X.
All I know is every time carrots have been mentioned, like, and you know this, my son is obsessed with carrots. Will not
Yeah.
eat carrots, but has a stuffed carrot that's like his best friend, and it's like
Yeah.
one of the first words he can pronounce. So that's all I think of now. Whenever I hear
This
that
is
word.
going to be his favorite movie.
More than likely. Just be yelling carrots at the TV the entire time. He wouldn't care about anything else
Now I want to watch it.
because of the carrots.
It's just good. Shoot 'em up.
But the carrots too.
Shoot 'em up. So I got Rambo with. I already got Rambo in his gun. I think, as much as I want to go and side with John on this one, I feel like Nate's got it on the head here. We got Rambo with his trap making ability, his warfare style,
Yep,
AK-47,
Yep.
Bowie knife, hand-to-hand combat, and Leonidas, who is the most proficient out of any of the weapons that you're gonna find
Yeah.
Right.
in the city.
Right.
And then that way, you don't have any long range guns against you because
Yeah,
it's just
there's no like
shotgun and some
sniper
pistols.
rifles or anything like that.
Yeah.
Correct.
And even a sniper wouldn't do really well in this area.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter
It
even
would
if
be
they had
more
it.
of a close quarter, unless you're like at the top, and they're down at like
Sure.
the 7th level
Yeah.
at the bottom, and you can snipe.
But even then,
But-
it's tiered so close together that I still
Yeah.
don't know if it'd be much of a help.
And Leonidas is clearly like the strongest physical specimen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Specimen. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go with Leonidas and Ramby.
Dang it! I should have picked first.
Why is that who you said?
Because that was strongly who I was leaning
Oh
towards.
boy.
I really am between Leonidas or the Punisher, but I was leaning
Before
towards
we started
Leonidas.
talking, I thought I was gonna pick the Punisher as my absolute one, and then just the more I thought about it, I was just like, can't do it.
He'd definitely be a good pick. I just don't think for this particular scenario,
Correct.
if he runs out of bullets for whatever reason, sure he has his knife on him, and then he could probably find something else. But is Punisher gonna do well with a sword as well as Leonidas or
Rambo
or
would.
Rambo? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page. I think I got to go Leonidas because I was thinking him strongly from the start, but I had to go with Rambo's my locked in number one. Like
Right.
I think he's the best adaptable to the situation, and then because of the situation, I think Leonidas, as we've already said, is the best suited for this exact terrain and scenario and skill set. So
The I'll just mention to our audience the one that we originally had. It wouldn't even be close. I wouldn't be picking Leonidas at all.
Yeah.
But for this particular
Oh right.
one that
right,
we spun
right.
on,
Right.
those are my for sure. Those are my two that
Yeah.
were locked in.
That's a great point. That's why I like the environment thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
It
necessary.
changes
You can't
the
just
pick.
have
What
like a
great
generic.
idea, John.
It was
Yeah.
my idea.
Yeah.
Good job, John.
Sweet.
brilliant.
I don't remember. I think I don't know. I guess just with my strategy, I think I'm still sticking with Punisher and Rambo. I think just having almost like I guess I don't know the layout of the castle enough, but my strategy would be to try to set up traps, and then almost like a 3-tier defense system to get to me. And I feel like if I could somehow, it'd have to be so specific because I would basically have to save bullets for Leonidas. Because, like you guys said, I don't think there's any other way you could even take down Leonidas. It'd have to be like a corridor, and I basically sacrifice the Punisher to try to take out Leonidas. Like a shotgun shot, and then a spear through Punisher or something like that. Like almost like a trade, I guess would be my strategy.
You're saying you would use the 300 tactic against Leonidas. Funnel him into a corridor.
Yeah.
and-
Right.
Yeah.
It'd almost be like a trade. That would be my only good strategy.
That's if he fell for it.
That's true. Yeah.
That's if he fell for it.
But then what else is he going to do? Because there's probably plenty of places in this castle that you could funnel into and force them. Like, what are they going to do?
Bow and arrow
Sit
would be his
there-
next best shot.
Yeah, like, what are these people, if you can funnel them into some, are they going to, like,
Beat.
start breaking down the walls? You know,
Right.
Like,
Well, right.
I mean,
it's more of a defense strategy. It's
Yeah.
almost just
but it is.
setting
That's the whole
tiers.
point of this game is they're defending
Mm-hmm.
you.
right. Like I think Leonidas is great in open field combat, and I mean, I guess I haven't. It's been a while since I've seen the 300, but I feel like it's always been open terrain that he's combated rather than like a corridor against a shotgun. I don't. I just
the
feel like
300 was literally defending a corridor.
really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how they won. Was the
'Cause it was-
300 created a choke point that
Right,
the
right.
Persian army had to, you know.
I thought that was outside.
Now it wasn't
It
a
is outside.
corridor.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It wasn't a corridor like
yeah.
a hallway where one guy
Gotcha.
at a time.
Right, okay.
Right, but
I see. No, yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, I don't know. I think Leonidas is a great pick. I don't think he's beating Gunn. So I feel like the time I lose is when I run out of ammo, wasting it on everyone else. At least that's my opinion.
All right, Les, you're entitled to your opinion.
You are.
Yeah. Does anyone have an argument against Gunn beating Leonidas?
No, I think a gun would beat Leonidas.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean,
the-
he is just a human.
Well, I don't know.
like I think he could beat a pistol depending on his
shield.
shields and stuff. And shield, he's gonna shield, and you can throw a bunch of 9mm into but it's probably gonna stop, and then he's gonna pop over that shield and throw that
Right,
spear,
right.
and he's just gonna.
He's very
impale.
accurate.
Yeah.
Too.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
And so like
well trained.
Marcus and Mike coming down like popping off with their
the second that
They're-
he hears a click,
right. He's coming
going
over
right
that
at
shield.
you. Oh,
and
you're
he's
done.
impaling
Right.
them
Done.
both.
Right.
And charging down that corridor and gonna like slice and dice.
I think
Right.
I definitely think he'd have a harder time with that layout that you have.
Yeah.
However, it depends on how. I feel like he could figure out the traps.
Yeah.
And
Right.
but I feel it depends on if Rambo and Punisher were using all their bullets to pick off everybody else.
Right.
If they were pretty low on ammo, I think Leonidas could figure out a way
Yeah, definitely have the advantage.
to have the advantage to maybe trap them.
Yeah.
But if they still had a decent amount of ammo by the time he got up there, he'd have a much harder time. I don't think he would last.
Yeah.
But
If he got to them and they still had plenty of ammo,
Yeah.
they're
but
they're-
if
they're
they were-
smoking him.
if they were low, I don't.
Like Leonidas is the last guy they encounter with.
Yeah, I
It's
think so.
Pretty it's pretty disadvantageous.
What's stopping Leonidas from using other corpses as meat shields?
That's true.
Too.
That's true.
That's true.
He would do it without
He
thinking
absolutely
twice.
would do it.
Spartans did anything to win. They didn't care.
All they do is win, except in the movie.
I mean, I would still call that a win. It's still a tactical victory,
Yeah.
which is why we talk about it hundreds of years later.
Boom.
If not thousands of years later.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And we agree the first to die was Xander.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a tough dude, but if he's got no guns, nothing, like, Xander's not picking up a spear and being able to beat
I
any of
can't
these
take
other
Vin
people.
Diesel seriously
And-
at all.
I would say, I would honestly say that Jet Li might be the longest survivor if he just because his ability to evade combat and
Right.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. I don't think he would, he would kill everybody, but I could see him surviving.
I
the
could too.
longest.
Yeah.
Between him and the bride, I
Yeah.
think those two would be the most likely
Same.
to last the longest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you could hear, what was it, Marcus and Mike? You could probably hear them from in through the entire castle.
They're just loud.
Yeah,
Right.
just be like, all right, well, we know where they are.
Because they're going to be bickering, and they're not defeating traps. Like, Rambo set some wild, crazy, they are not the clever ones that are going to be able to, outsmart and outwit and defeat your traps.
I thought of something.
Yes.
So basically, everyone other than the two are conspiring against me, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So an argument, I guess now it's against me. would be if I shot a gun, everyone would now know where I was located.
Yes.
Where
100%.
everything else is now like
Oh, well,
silent.
unless you set them up somewhere else, you
Right,
throw
that's
them
true.
off the scent.
But it's still a matter of getting to you.
Right.
I can shoot a gun from a parapet on a castle, and if I've got that gate barred, like,
Right.
what are Mike and Marcus gonna do? What's
Yeah,
Leonidas? I would put money on, like,
figuring out.
he's gonna
something.
figure out a way to scale the wall.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
gonna figure out a way to break through that gate. Xander's not gonna do that.
Xander's dead in the first 3 minutes of this. I don't care what anyone says.
Jet Li, I would put like, okay, he's gonna like you said, evade combat, and he's gonna figure out a way up the wall or over the wall, or to get to you. But that's also why
I feel like even like all he could do is get near me, and then one of my two dudes is just absolutely
Gonna just
taking him out,
blow
yeah,
him away.
Yeah, just not
100%.
even-
that's where Punisher's just gonna whip out that shotgun and boom, and Jet Li's
Right.
Boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah. I think I'm still going with Punisher and Rambo.
So we got 3 for Leonidas and Rambo and 1 for Punisher.
That means I'm
Rambo.
gonna get 3 votes, so I win. No, I'm just joking.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong if we play it the same way we did the last time.
But we all have Rambo as our.
we all picked
Rambo's-
Rambo.
We all
I mean,
say
he-
Rambo.
He's the move.
He is.
it's just who's Rambo's
Combat.
supporting cast.
Right.
Right. Punisher or Leonidas. Yeah.
This is a Rambo movie.
Yeah, a Rambo movie set in Minas Tirith. Who's he
Wow.
fighting and who's on his side?
Wow.
I like. Yeah.
All right.
I'm confident in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sweet. Well, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Pick 2. Pick 2 to defend you. The rest are trying to kill you. On the my like la ooh. On the My Life Your Life Together podcast. Thanks for supporting, sharing, telling your friends, family, enemies, all those people.
Yeah.
And keep following us on social media, like the posts, and just keep listening and supporting because we really appreciate it.
Buy our merch.
Yeah, buy. Just give me your milk. No, give me your money. I was from a old Achievement Hunter video.
Oh, I
They're
love
playing
Achievement
Minecraft,
Hunters.
Yeah.
and you used to have to hit the cow with the bucket to get milk.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the people was like chasing around a cow. This was
Give me your
this was a video like 12 years ago. It's still stuck in my head, and he just yells, "Give me your milk!" And then it got turned into a T-shirt and all that stuff.
I just miss red versus blue.
What did you say?
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, we got some merch. Check out our website, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Okay, bye.
Bye.